Hello everyone. Today I am going to give presentation on the course project Development of Slope Stability Chart using GLE or any other method. So we are carrying out analysis using Morgenstern Price method assuming distribution of interslices force angle and thrust line. Morgenstern Price is a general method of slices developed on the basis of limit equilibrium. It satisfying equilibrium of forces and moment acting on the individual blocks. Stability charts. Stability charts are an efficient method for performing a quick assessment of slope stability. These charts are presented based on limit equilibrium methods. These charts are quite simple and straightforward to use in engineering evaluation of homogeneous slopes. Without requiring an iterative approach, stability charts enables the estimation of factor of safety and identification of the critical slope failure mechanism. Some of the advantages of slope stability charts are these charts are used to determine approximate values of factor of safety for preliminary analysis which can cater for detailed analysis and quality control. Also check for reliability of solution from computer aided programs. Another use is to back calculation of strength values for failed slopes to determine aid in planning remedial measures. This can be done assuming factor of safety that is equals to 1 for condition and failure and solving for the unknown shear strength for assumed value of C and phi depending upon local condition and experience or can be obtained from testing also. This also help in determining the steepest slope for given factor of safety and hence this helps in detailed analysis. The major shortcomings in using design charts is that soil is homogeneous and isotropic, which is generally not encountered in practices. The charts have been devised using 2D plane strain analysis and slip surfaces of circular shapes only. Regardless of above shortcomings, many practicing engineers use these charts for non-homogeneous and non-uniform slopes with different geometrical configuration. To do this, one must use an average slope inclination weighted average of C and phi calculated on the basis of proportional length of slip surface passing through different relative homogeneous layers. Recently developed chart take 3D aspects of failure slopes for development of charts.
Literature survey. Taylor in 1937 proposed a stability chart that provides an effective preliminary analysis to determine factor of safety of the critical slip surface, mostly in homogeneous undrained clays soils with cohesion and friction. For analysis, Taylor used the friction circle method proposed a stability number that is C divided by gamma H into F. He, along with that, proposed three type of failure surfaces, namely face, toe, and base. For the slope angle greater than 53 degree, mostly the face failure was observed, while for beta less than 53 degree, base failure was observed. But over the time, studies upgraded as limit equilibrium method came into picture, and one of them was the Morgenstern Price method. Morgenstern and Price, and then with the Chen, introduced force and moment equilibrium analysis of the slope mass. This also involved the determination of critical slip surface and that do not take into account the deformation or strains. The limit equilibrium methods are often supplemented by the finite difference and the finite element methods. What are the objective of the studies we are carrying out? Those are the those are the development of the slope stability charts using Morgenstern and Price method for the two cases, drained and undrained soils. Variation of the factor of safety and hence stability number due to change in depth of hard stratum, that is capital H, and the height of slope angle small h on undrained soils. Along with this, slope angles above which the ratio of the depth of stratum of height of to the height of slope becomes independent. These are the objective which we try to derive at the end of the project. Also, the study which we obtained compared with that of the given by the by the Taylors, and then in some of the Taylor revisited charts. In the methodology for preparing the stability charts, the slope stability number and the slope angle beta for the various values of mobilized friction angle using the slope W software was used, where 100 of iterations were run considering the various slope and the soil characteristics. Here the ns as discussed, given by the slope stability given by the Taylor, is equal to the c divided by gamma h into f, where the c is the mobilized cohesion, small h is the height of the slope, where and the capital H is the depth of the hard stratum from the tip of the slope. Then the stability charts were derived for the two type of soils, that is for drain and for the undrained soils. For the drained soil, 5 parameters were taken into account, namely mobilized cohesion, mobilized friction angle, unit weight of soil, height of slope, and the slope angle. While for undrained soil, where the friction angle was equal to 0, 5 factors were taken into account. Those were Cm, unit weight of soil, beta slope angle, h, that is the height of slope, and the factor df, where df is the ratio of depth of hard stratum below the top of the soil and to the height of the slope. In the procedure part, what we did, we considered a slope geometry in the slope W, that is in GeoStudio, by assuming the height of the slope and the depth of the hard stratum. A geometry was defined in such a way the slope here the slope properties were defined, that were c dash, gamma, and phi. After giving the property to that soil mass, as we assume the slip circles by drawing the various contour of radius of the slip surfaces. After 100 of runs of different values of the slope angle and friction angle, various values of factor of safety were obtained. From the obtained value of the factor of safety, stability number versus slope angle chart for different values of mobilized friction angle was obtained. Similarly, for undrained soil, using Cm, gamma, beta, h, and a factor df is used to derive the stability charts. Here for varying the depth of the hard stratum and the height of the slope was used to obtain the stability charts. After carrying out those 100 of iterations, we obtained the chart which we can see that here the y-axis represent the stability number and the x-axis represent the slope angles, and these colored lines represents the friction angle from 0 to 30 degree, and hence these charts were quite likely same with the Taylor's number, and using the plotter we obtained the grid points from where we can obtain the exact values. To understand this, an example of the drained soil was considered, where an 8-meter high soil slope inclined at 60 degree to the horizontal was considered, and the soil properties of the soil were taken as gamma is equal to 19 kilonewton per meter cube, phi as 20 degrees, c as 15 kilopascal, and hence we tried to obtain the factor of safety for the slope. For obtaining the factor of safety, a stability number as given by Taylor's, C divided by gamma, F into H, and the various values were used in this formula. So for the friction angle equal to 20 degree and slope angle is equal to 60 degrees, values of NS was obtained for the graph from the graph which we saw in the previous slide, and the value of ns from the Taylor's chart. From here we saw that from the Taylor's chart the value of factor of safety was 1.016, from the current study 1.383, and from the chart given and one for the chart in the Taylor's revisited chart was 1.017. From all these factor of safety we can understand that the factor of safety was greater than 1, and hence the slope was said to be safe.
So now you can see this is a stability chart for undrained soil, that is phi equal to 0. Here we have taken stability number on vertical axis and slope angle beta on the horizontal axis. We can clearly see how stability number varying with slope angle. We have observed base failure for beta less than 62, for DF less than 3, and toe failure for beta greater than 62 degree for all DF. We have taken various values of DF. The values of stability number and corresponding type of failure circle are identified. We got slope angle beta, that is equals to 62, above which failure was observed as a toe failure. This is slightly different to the angle which is suggested by Taylor, that is 53, and 58, that is suggested by T. Stewart et al., who revisited Taylor's slope stability charts. This difference in slope angle may be observed due to difference in method of analysis. That is, Taylor used friction circle method, while in the current study, Morgenstern-Price method used, which considered interslice forces, base forces, shear forces, and thrust line for analysis. Now we have identified failure circle, namely toe circles and base circles. It has been observed that when the slope angle beta is greater than 62, and for all DF the failure occurs along a circular arc passing through the toe, and such a circle is known as toe circle. For beta smaller than 62 degree, when DF is less than 3, the critical circle reaches the region beneath the toe. The failure mode is known as base failure. Now we have done problem for undrained soil and found that the results are more or less similar. Here height of slope is taken as 9 meter, unit weight is taken as 19 kilonewton per meter cube, and undrained shear strength is 30 kilopascal. Hence we obtain factor of safety from our study, that is 1, while by Taylor's charts we are getting 1.080, which is more or less similar.
After carrying out our study, it was in the end concluded that the slope angles beta less than 62 degree is gave the base failure and is observed for DF value less than 3, and for DF greater than 3 toe failure was observed, while for slope angle greater than 62 degree toe failure in slopes for all values of DF. Moreover, the base failure observed are deep-seated, which extends below the base, are often called as a compound failure as per the Taylor revisited charts. The charts obtained were slightly different from that obtained by the Taylors both for the drained and undrained soils, but it was in the end also concluded that the factor of safety was greater than 1 in both the examples, and hence we can conclude that the values are more or less similar to the values obtained from the Taylors and the Taylor revisited chart. After drawing these stability charts, we can extend our study for analyzing various other values, such as, and plot the charts for the different kind and different considering the various factors. Like, for similar charts can be derived for incorporating the pore water pressure, where the RU factors are taken into consideration, where the different values of RU can be used, like we used for obtaining the value of DF, where the different values of for different values of DF we obtain the stability chart. Similarly, for RU we can obtain the different stability charts. Also, as one of the limitation of this method, it gives the 2D type of analysis, while 3D type of analysis can also be incorporated in the stability charts by taking into account the width of the slope, that is by considering the W/H ratio, and for different W/H ratios various charts can be obtained, like we did for different values of DF. Also, on the similar line, this chart can be used for obtaining the pseudostatic seismic loading, where again by varying the value of Kh, that is the horizontal seismic coefficient, for varying that value we can similarly obtain the different values of stability charts. Thus, these charts prove to be very handy for the preliminary analysis, which can help for the detailed analysis in the further stages, and in many cases can act as a one of the method for the understanding the remedial measures, and also to check the values obtained from the computer aided programs. For carrying out our study, following were the references. Thank you.